Recently I was asked this question: should pastors encourage people to vote? Well, as a concerned Christian, as a concerned wife, and as a pastor, senior pastor, I've done some extensive research and found that nothing would restrict a pastor from encouraging his parishioners to vote. So my short answer to that question is a definite, absolute yes. Pastors should encourage people to vote. But allow me for a few moments to elaborate on my answer. The Apostle Paul wrote in Romans chapter 13, verse 1, everyone must submit himself to the governing authorities, for there's no authority except that which God has established. So how should we submit, or how do we submit? My mind can't help but do a retrospect and remember the trying times of the civil rights movements of the late 50s and 60s. How in particular, Black churches across the South served not only as places of worship and spiritual refuge, but also as a much needed meeting center where activists and citizens all alike, they would get there and they would convene and they would share their ideas to support the fight of equal rights and to be proactive in their resistance to the stifling status quo of the Jim Crow segregation. So why don't churches do the same today? I believe it is our civic duty to register to vote and participate in elections. But I also believe as pastors, we need to encourage our congregations to vote. Just as pastors did encouragement in the 50s and in the 60s. Pastors are quick to preach about gambling, aren't they? They're quick to preach about abortion and homosexuality and other social issues. But isn't it also necessary to preach about the conditions of our state, the conditions of our country and of our nations? Pastors, we have powerful voices. We have influence over the lives of a lot of people. So I'm going to ask this question that was asked to me. Should pastors encourage people to vote?